Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? So you, the people, already know that up until recently, I'd never set foot, or in my case, a wheel, in an Aldi. And at the request from you, the people, I've been visiting my local Aldi quite often to try new foods for you, the people, so you don't have to. And my results have varied. Some foods have been good, some foods have been okay, and some foods just haven't been very good at all. Well, that was until today's video, when I found this 16-ounce package of specialty selected mussels and tomato garlic sauce, which consists of savory mussels simmered in a sweet tomato and garlic sauce that normally costs $3.55, but I got them on sale for $3.29. Now, if you don't know me by now, you'll never know me. Tickets to tonight's concert are selling fast, so get them while you can. But as I was saying, you, the people, already know that I'm a seafood fanatic. Bury me in a pile of seafood one day, and I'll be completely happy. But I do have to be completely honest. I don't like the whole idea of freezing shellfish, like clams, mussels, oysters, etc., and then reheating them. So my expectation of the specially selected mussels and tomato garlic sauce were very low from the beginning. But I always want to try new foods different ways, especially because I am the people's superhero when it comes to frozen and processed foods. With some of these garbage foods that I try, at some point I feel like I'm putting my life on the line. But for you, the people, it's worth it. So that's enough talk. So let's go over these mussels, get them out of the package, get them heated up, and then get them into my pie hole and down my gullet to see how they taste. Here's what an ingredient list should look like in everything we eat. Just simple, basic, real ingredients. So it says there's 2 servings that consist of 5 mussels per bag. Also on the front of the package, it said these were small mussels. These must be some big ass, small mussels that only takes 10 mussels to weigh a pound. Mussel shells, unlike clam shells, are really thin and light. But the more I talk, the more I think about the weight of the package is from the mussels and the sauce. So now that makes sense. Sometimes I think I make sense when I'm talking, but I really don't. Nah, Larry, me too. The struggle is real, little buddy, so we're in this together. Larry, even though I always know more than you, I'm starting to love you. Love is a strong word, little buddy. Let's take things slow and just be friends. Jeez, I think Scooter's becoming a stalker. So each serving of 5 mussels has 100 calories, 2 grams of total fat, 1 gram of saturated fat, no trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 660 milligrams of sodium, 80 grams of carbohydrates, no fiber, no sugars, and 12 grams of protein. Now here's the cooking instructions, and you can cook them in a saucepan or the microwave. And of course, I, the person, am not cooking seafood in a microwave. Now I do want to point out something that was on the package that was very disturbing. But once again, my dumbass threw the package away without thinking to take a picture of it. Because I'm almost always able to find all the information that's on these food packages online, with the exception of Aldi foods. But the information I'm referring to that was on the package basically said that all precautions had been taken to ensure that all the mussels were safe. And if they did not open when they're cooking, just cook them for a few more minutes. And even if they don't open, they're still safe to eat. Now, we're all adults, and I'm not telling anyone what to do or what not to do, but if you want to believe that, go ahead and take a chance. Just make sure that you have a nice clean trash can available and your toilet has a padded seat, because you're going to be there for a while if you happen to get a bad mussel or any other shellfish. These mussels were pre-cooked, and I'm sure that they were sorted through to ensure that all the mussels were open before they packaged them. But man, it's just not worth taking a chance on eating a mussel that's not open. That's just my opinion. Like I said, we're all adults, so take a chance if you want to. What do you have to lose but a bunch of weight? Now let's get our mussels out of the freezer, out of the package, and into the pan. I do like the fact that everything is nicely vacuum sealed, which will help, but not fully prevent, freezer burn. So into the pan they go, right out of the vacuum bag. And they look about as good as frozen mussels are gonna look. And they even smell really good right out of the bag before heating up. So we put the lid on and let them cook for 3 minutes on high with the lid on. After cooking on high for 3 minutes with the lid on, we give them a good shake. And then we reduce the heat to low and let them cook for 3 more minutes. Now I'm cooking on the lower end of the instructions because I know overcooked seafood sucks. So after cooking for a total of 5 minutes, our mussels and tomato garlic sauce are ready. And let me just tell you, if you, the people, had smell-o-vision, you'd be salivating like a rabid dog and losing your ever-living mind. These smell absolutely amazing. And they honestly look absolutely no different than freshly steamed mussels. And they smell like freshly steamed mussels as well. So now it's time to pick up one of the mussels and give it a try and see how it tastes for you, the people. And so far, they're as advertised. They're small mussels, which isn't a big deal as long as they're nice and plump and juicy and delicious. And that looks like a freshly steamed mussel. So into the old pie hole and down the gullet it went. Wow, is all I have to say. That was a sweet, zesty, savory, buttery bivalve if I've ever had one. I'm not sure how they did this, but there's absolutely nothing frozen tasting or non-fresh tasting about these mussels. I love all sorts of shellfish, but the one I really like the most for many different reasons is mussels. I know a lot of guys that say their body's been built by Budweiser, but my body has been built on shellfish. And for some reason I haven't bought them or eaten them in a while. The last time I bought them, you could buy a 3-pound bag of Prince Edward Island mussels for $3.99. That was a while ago, so I'm sure they cost more now, but they were still relatively cheap. But to me, it was the best tasting cooked shellfish you could get, especially for the price. And these are no exception. The more of these I ate, the more I thoroughly enjoyed them. Yes, some of the mussels were small, but for the most part, they were pretty good-sized mussels. I thought the mussels on their own were fantastic, but with the sauce, they were superb. The sauce was sweet, tangy, savory, and super buttery. The only thing I could have done to make the experience eating these mussels better was to have a nice piece of fresh, crusty bread to dip up all that sauce in while we shanked all these mussels like prison snitches, shoved them into my pie hole, and forced them down my gullet as fast as we could. Other than being a little bit bigger, I don't think there's anything you could have done to make these mussels any better. Even though most of them were pretty small mussels, they were all absolutely plump, juicy, tender, and delicious. And I ended up eating the whole package. Even though I disagree with the serving size, which they say it's 2 servings, but it's really a serving of 1. You're definitely not going to find a better quality or better tasting dish than these mussels and the tomato garlic sauce for under $4 in any store. Which is why I'm giving the specialty selected mussels and tomato garlic sauce a rare score of 10 out of 10. I don't know about you, the people, but me, the person, I'm going to fill my freezer with several packages of these mussels. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with your family and friends. And I'll see you soon.